Right, last one here. Can you believe that the media keeps banging on no evidence, nothing to see here when it comes to Biden and the obvious business that they were involved in? That his son, who was a drug addict, was being hired by companies that had important work where Joe Biden had some level of American oversight or interest, like Ukraine, and business partners. I just love this. There's no evidence. Tony Bobulinski gave a speech in 2020 at the National Press Club in the US. It's still online, where he says, I've got the emails, I've got the texts, here's the business model. Oh, but there's nothing to see here. But every single time there was something about Trump saying things about people in World War I graves, or throwing something against the wall, or if there was a whistleblower who said that the phone call that Zelensky said was okay, well, that, of course, is front line and centre. That's let's head off to the nearest impeachment court. Now, if there's no ultimate there, okay. Maybe there's a chance that somebody smart enough to eventually get their way to the presidency of the United States may have been smart enough to cover his tracks. But it's pretty freaking obvious how that family made millions, and there's multiple people in that business who say a slice of it went to Dad.
We call it willful blindness. In the law, there's a term, willful blindness. And I know the Democrats know this term because they're using it right now about Donald Trump on whether or not he understood that he had lost the 2020 election. That they're using it right now. He was willfully blind despite the number of people around him telling him you lost. Same applies to Hunter Biden then, and their take on whether there's evidence or not. There's a ton of evidence, if only they would care to look into it. And they don't. And that's maybe they genuinely don't know because they've just chosen to be willfully blind. They didn't listen to Tony Bobulinski. They apparently didn't listen to Devin Archer, because when I hear them characterize his testimony, Hunter's business partner, who appeared before the Congress, they say that he said absolutely nothing incriminating on Joe Biden. Wrong. He testified that at least 20 different business meetings Joe Biden called in. Joe Biden was the brand. No business needed to be discussed. You and I have had this discussion before. The mob boss doesn't say, go kill Sammy. The mob boss just says, Sammy's become a problem. That's it. You don't have to say it explicitly. That's how this was allegedly working. And if you look at the timeline, just look at what happened within the Obama-Biden administration in the months leading up to the termination of that prosecutor who was going after Burisma. State, Treasury, the president and vice president's office had settled on a plan saying that guy had done enough. Ukraine and that guy had done enough to get the $1 billion in aid they wanted. It was settled. It's written down. There are memos. They've been produced. You can Google them through John Solomon's reporting all the way through the fall of 2015. And then boom, out of nowhere, Joe Biden changed it to nope, he's not doing enough. And therefore he's getting, unless they fire him, they're not getting their $1 billion. What happened? Well, we know from other reporting that he was talking to Hunter, that the pressure campaign on Hunter at the same time from Burisma, this corrupt company, was amping up. And they were saying, we need help. We need help from Washington to get this prosecutor off of our back. And then boom, on a dime, it changes, and it changes starting at the vice president's office. You can call that no evidence as long as the day goes on. But I, as a former lawyer, can tell you, well, a current lawyer, but just not practicing, that is evidence. It's circumstantial evidence. And we need to follow the path because there could be bank accounts. There could be more. And we're just never going to know unless we cast a wide net and start looking at bank accounts.
Megyn, God love you. Your husband would never have a chance to win an argument in your family. None whatsoever. None whatsoever.
I'm not like this with him.
Yeah, I'm the same with my missus. Sorry, darling, what can I do for you? All right,
Yes.
lovely to see you. All the best,
see
mate.
you too.
Take care. Ta-da.
Bye.